For many Kenyans, the hustle isn't about big money and quick deals. It's about having an idea, believing in it, walking across town, knocking doors, being turned down, and even failing. And when that happens, they don't give up. The very next day, you get back up, come up with another idea, and start afresh. It's definitely not an easy journey. And we'll live out loud with Mariah Musyoki, who's created an online platform for budding and established entrepreneurs, because when all is said and done, the hustle is real. Hello and welcome to Sheila Lives Out Loud. My name is Sheila Mwanyega and it is wonderful to have you on this channel. Please click subscribe and hit notifications so you never miss a moment of the show when we upload. We are living out loud at the glorious Westwood Hotel, and today it's all about the hustle because it's real. And joining us for that conversation is Mariah Musyoki, a true hustler. Been there, done that. Madam, karibu sana.
Thank you.
It's wonderful to finally meet you.
Thanks for having me, by the way.
I know about you because of your online platform on Twitter. In fact, that's how I got to find out about you.
Yes.
You set up this platform because you figured out that somewhere along the way, someone needs to tell budding and established entrepreneurs the truth about what the hustle really is.
Yes.
Tell us why.
It comes from an article that I read about the survivorship bias, and that all that you see is those that have survived, but you don't read about those who failed and why they failed, and how to grow yourself from there, and how to really understand how business works.
Right.
So what we see is you see an entrepreneur, successful, big cars, flashy,
living the good life.
Yes, but you don't know that that sometimes isn't how they started off. Yeah, or people who have started from nothing and have really grown their way to wherever they've been. So I wanted to see and make it into a platform that every week that somebody different takes it over. Yeah, so that you hear about their stories, you can relate, and from relating starts a conversation, because there's some things that we all go through that we're not speaking about, and there are things that we need to have change.
Right.
Yeah, so that you see that, okay, fine, how much am I able to talk about some of these things, and how am I able to change and see something happen?
Right.
Yeah.
In your own business. And I agree with you. It's very easy to get into the trap of seeing the people who've made it. And when they sit down for interviews, most times they'll highlight the breaks that they got and the good things that came their way and how they were in the right places at the right time with the right idea.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen to everyone.
No.
It doesn't always happen to everyone. So walk us through your own personal journey in the hustle.
Well, mine started, okay, let's just say I started after high school, and I was like, okay, fine. I want to, I want to make money. I want to be rich. I want to drive a big car so soon. So the first job I got was from the classifieds,
Yeah.
Shows my
Everyone checks out the classifieds.
So started from there, and the job was, they just said it was a sales and marketing. So you're like, hey, I will be a sales and marketing person. Wow. And I have those skills.
It's executive.
Yes.
Hold on, executive.
Yes. So wake up early in the morning, Sunday best, because you don't have any suits or anything. Take a matatu, go to Ngara. Yeah, they had a big hall. So I just asked one of the guys, so I'm here for this job, directed to an office. Somebody was called that, come here. Yeah, you are with them. Then we're told, okay, fine, come to the main hall. So you have this excitement thing, you're clapping, because to psych you up, because you can do this, you can do this.
Yeah.
Yes. That day I walked from Ngara through various offices and ended up in Langata.
Just walking across the city.
And you're selling those hot pots and thermoses, and you're carrying them along with you. Yeah. So I was like, hey, this is now what is
executive.
This is real life.
Great.
I am not liking this. So by the time I was getting home, I was so exhausted. I gave up on that job immediately. I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. And because by the time your KCSE results come out and whatever, Yeah, you have nothing to do, and you're being pushed around, and you don't want to stay at home, and you're seeing that you want to be a productive member of society.
Right,
So
right.
it went from that. I went from that to becoming a waitress, to becoming a bartender. Then went to school, did driving, worked a bit as a telemarketer and whatever. Came out, worked for family. Then after family, it's still odd jobs here and there, and you're still trying to.
You hadn't quite found that place yet.
I hadn't found that place yet. Then there's a point where I got, you get really, 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 really broke. Yeah, like last 20 bob broke, and you're like, what can I do to make 100 bob? So you take the 20 bob and you look for what can you do with it.
Yeah.
So I'd seen something about paper beads. And I'm like, how hard could this be? And since I had paper, I had magazines, I had a scissor, yeah. And my parents had a curio shop, so my dad was also into the arts and whatever. So, yeah, you pick up some things.
You start doing something.
You start doing something.
Right.
So I made a couple of paper beads and then made them into necklaces, and then you sell one. So the first thing that you do is you give some out.
Yeah.
To friends.
To market your brand,
yeah,
for people
to friends
start
and
asking,
family.
oh, and that's nice. Where did you get that?
Yeah. One of the nicer necklaces I give to my mom. My mom sold that necklace for about $150.
Wow. Okay. I'm sad for you because there was a sentimental value of, Mom, this was for you. But I'm quite pleased with her that, yes.
Yes. And she's one of my greatest marketers. So I was like, Then what she does is like, Maria, remember that necklace you sent to me?
Yes.
Yeah, I sold it. Can you make for me another
one? Because clearly that was the makings of something.
Yeah.
Right.
So I went from that to making bracelets, and then after a while I stopped, and then I got into now the issue of doing stones, and we started off with my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his intention was to get a bigger machine, but that didn't happen. So
when you say making stones,
Oh, cutting stones.
I was about to tell you, honey, how do you make what has already been created?
But, you have to get them from the ground. You really know how to...
And then shape them and, of course, do them up in a really fancy way
Yeah.
for people who are looking for very unique finishings in their houses.
So we started off, and then, he couldn't afford to get the bigger machine. So did my research, went all around, looked for places, and eventually one of the connections that you make along the way, one of these people led me to the guy who fabricates for me now all the machines that I have. I found him, and he did the first machine, and the first thing that we did was my dad's house. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so my dad got the design and everything, and I became a kandaya moko. I was the one to supervise everything. You run around with the fundis, and from running around with the fundis is now where I started to learn more about construction, because they would teach me. Not that I have gone to any school to learn these things. I have learned
on the sites,
on site and on the ground. So that is what has really built me to where I am right now. Mm-hmm. I got my third machine running yesterday.
Good for you.
Yes.
So you're on the move.
I'm on the move and growing.
Right.
But with growing comes challenges. And one of the major challenges will always be, if you look at them separately, then you'd never understand them. But electricity, health, financing, those kind of technology, yeah. And all of them come into play because...
You can't separate them. They all work together.
They all work together. Mm-hmm. Because as it is, and this is why I said I wanted the platform to begin, is because when you talk about entrepreneurship, you talk about things like health. Mm. Because as it is, if you ever get sick or a loved one gets sick, it will kill your business. And when it comes to life, you only have one life. The people that you love,
you have to take care of them.
You have to take care of them. So whatever you have, you divert in that direction. Yeah?
Okay.
It takes you back a lot.
But I have to ask about your key lessons for any entrepreneur, whether you're established, whether you're just starting out, the things that you know for sure you've got to keep your eyes open for. What would those be?
The people you work with. If you don't treat them right, if you don't pay them well, then however fabulous your product is,
You're not going far with it.
you're not going far with it.
You're not a one-man army.
No, you're not. You're a team. Yeah.
Okay.
I might just be the face of whatever entity that I'm representing, but there are a whole load of other people who are behind me and who I learn from and who I listen to. Right. You have to always be able to learn and listen. You must always also understand your business. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for me, it means that late nights, a lot of travel, a lot of education. Yeah, and not education from only reading and stuff, but learning from people and them telling you that this won't work. Can we try it this way? And being open to them showing you the way. When it comes to the clients, listen, but also have options for them. It's because it's not one size fits all for everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what they might want might not be able to work, and let them know. Sometimes it's hard, and sometimes they just don't listen, because I've had incidences where they don't. They're like, seriously, do you know what you're talking about? And eventually, when you do show them a different option, and they do follow it, and it comes out really well, they really appreciate, and that's what markets you.
And finally, the last one.
The last one.
I am really going for gold here.
Wow. Be informed. Be informed. Be informed of trends. Be informed because no matter what you do, at some point you will become redundant. Technology is moving really, really fast. And if you're not informed, then you fall back. And the reason why I say be informed is because it also gives you an opportunity to change your line of business. The next thing I'd tell people is if you're Kenyan, you're a hustler, you can't just have one hustle.
Yeah.
That one hustle, when things are like last year we had no work. I had only one job that I did. And that was because of politics.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a second, third, fourth, fifth source of income, then
it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
In closing, what would you like to say to anybody who's checking you out and thinking, but there are things I've understood about my life and I need to get to that next level? What would you like to say to them?
The hustle is real. If you want to learn, be open to say that, misijui nioneshe. And learn to ask the right questions. Learn to read. Learn to connect the dots. But if you're looking for somebody to construct for you, yes, I hope to be going into becoming the next contractor, but with a team who understands and does it right, so that we don't create, because when you construct, it's not that you're constructing to demolish it tomorrow. Right. You construct this for life. So just, if you're doing it, do it right and do it right now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Maria, thank you so much for making the time. Of course, you are online. We are going to share your social media handles. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Because people are going to look for you.
I'll let them look for me.
And if you make business off of these new connections, we are getting commission. Abundance is the year of yes.
Amen.
We're definitely claiming that. Be sure to check out my social media sites and you will find contacts to Maria, to The Hustle is Real. It's honest stories from herself and other entrepreneurs as well on their real journey, the stuff that nobody shows you, what the grind really looks like. Thank you so much for catching up with us. We are signing off from the Westwood Hotel. Thank you for joining us in all things Live Out Loud. Bye.